Season 2, episode 1.
Season 2, episode 1?
Yeah, season 2, that's what we're going to call it. So, what's good? What's good, everybody? What's up with you, yo?
I'm chilling, man.
Yeah?
I'm feeling okay. You know what I mean?
You ain't feeling great?
Nah, I ain't feeling great. I'm feeling all right, though. I'm good.
All right.
What you been doing?
Walking?
Walking?
Yeah, man. I've been walking. But I don't want to get into that right now. I want to get into what's good with you.
Business, school, work.
Okay.
You know,
Businesses. Joyride Denim is still out there.
Joyride Denim.
I will say when I'm out walking, I do see young folk and people from all different walks of life with Joyride on. I even seen a woman one day. I was downtown, and a woman was out there, a European woman, walking her dog.
Yo,
Walking her dog.
European is crazy, bro.
She was walking her dog and she had a Joyride outfit on, just strolling along. And I thought that was cool. I didn't gauge her. She was doing it. As a matter of fact, she might have been picking up shit. I didn't want to say nothing to her.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's what's up, though, man.
Yeah. So
I feel like it's going up. I feel like it's going in the right direction. Yeah, I feel like it's time to make the next move.
And what is the next move?
We're gonna let that marinate, and then I'm gonna let y'all know the next move. But something big in the works.
So you got something big coming up?
Yeah, for Joyride, something big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. When the last time we shot? Was it a whole year ago? We ain't let a whole year go by.
I think the last episode we did is right before you went to Belgium.
Belgium. Okay.
How was Belgium?
Belgium was dope. Extremely dope, actually. Imagine New York City and the hustle and bustle of New York City, and then take the taxis and all the vehicles, take all that out of it.
So what was they using for transportation?
Bikes. It's known as the bicycle capital of the world.
That's why that hat that you brought me back had that bicycle on it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually seen a whole garage, like a garage like you would see in any city, and the whole garage was full of bicycles, layers. And I guess people, ride in town, go into the place, check their bike in, and again, the bikes is 10 stories high,
That's
10 layers high. It's all bikes. And the streets. Imagine Broad Street, in Broad Street in New York, and imagine it being like twice as wide. So it's like a big open space, and people from all different cultures. So a lot of Muslims, a lot of Muslim folk, but the Muslims from like Turkey, Turkey is close. So it's a lot of Turkish folk there, and because I was traveling, I had a first class setup. We were invited there by the it was called the European Social Service Conference, and so everything was first class, except for I had to run everywhere. You know what I mean? So conference here. Oh, my WhatsApp stopped working.
For real?
Yeah, so my WhatsApp stopped working, so I couldn't link with my coworkers. So all my meetings I was running late. So I'm running late, and it's a mile away, or it felt like a mile then. I think now that I've been walking so much since then, it was really like a half a mile. But
so most of the time that you was there and you was traveling around, looking at different, different things you was dolo.
Yeah. My colleague is was a very conservative brother.
Okay.
So he in the evenings he was taking it down.
Okay.
So after we would do our conferences, then I'll be dolo,
Okay.
moving around on foot as far as
Mm-hmm.
I could walk. You know what I mean? It wasn't until like the last day because we were staying in a place called Antwerp, which
Okay.
is the diamond capital of the world, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So it was and I was staying in the diamond district.
Mm-hmm.
So my hotel was first class. Um, Everything that I was doing was top notch, right? Um, so I enjoyed that part. But to move through and kind of explain the walking part is simply, I had medical issues that I've had for years, basic diabetes, and
Mm-hmm.
I could never get up to um, exercising and making exercising a thing. So it was a 13-hour plane ride. So on my plane ride back, I decided, you know what, why don't I just, keep walking?
Mm-hmm.
And so
So that's kind of like where it started.
that's where it started. So it was going on a year. That was June 25th. So um, good friend of mine, Jahidi, um, while I was making the transition from driving everywhere and becoming a walker, he was telling me to tell that story, and it was such a spiritual journey that I didn't feel comfortable sharing.
Mm-hmm.
But it got to a place where now I like the other day I walked 8.5 miles in the morning and ended up the end of the day walking 15 miles.
Mm.
So I got to a place where, I figured I could tell that story for the last 20 days.
Okay.
Yeah, and so today was Juneteenth, actually day 14. So we got 6 more days where I'll be in front telling that story.
Okay.
So yeah, if y'all tune in, I will as the next 6 days go by, I'll try to intensify the content and really end the year that journey on a good note. Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
All right. So what have you been doing since we've been gone?
I did a little bit of traveling.
Where'd you go?
Um, shit. Since the last episode, I was in Tulum.
Where?
Tulum. It's in Mexico.
Oh, it's a country in Mexico.
Yeah.
Was it different than the other countries you've
Yeah,
been in?
definitely. It was more like damn, how could I put it? It was more cultured,
Okay.
so to speak. It wasn't like Americanized, like a Cancun.
So you ate Mexican food with that nasty ass cilantro in it?
I ate Mexican food the whole time. I ate Mexican food the whole time. I had a burger. I had this burger spot. The burger spot was cool. So I went to Tulum and I went to Colombia.
Okay.
I was in Colombia.
Did you like that? What you doing in
Colombia was dope.
What you do there?
I went down there and got some new teeth. I went down there and man, got me a little new smile, man.
What's wrong with the old teeth I gave you? I gave you some great teeth.
Little dolo trip, man. Them shits was chipping and I needed to just get my mouth together.
So you got a Cam and Mace smile now.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Chip Skylark.
Is it comfortable? Can you feel
Yo,
it?
I swear to God, bro, when I first came back, I'm like, damn, this shit feel crazy. I never thought my mouth would ever feel normal again. But I don't even think, maybe it don't feel normal. I think it had just adjusted and I got used to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think it's like that when I go to dentist and I get my old ass teeth pulled out, and I be feeling
that chew, and you be like, this don't.
funny.
Yeah.
But then it took 2-3 weeks, and you only realize that.
Colombia was dope though.
Was it?
Colombia was dope. I was out there. How long was I out there? 7 days, 6 days by myself.
Okay.
I never even thought about doing that. Like it was so funny and it's crazy because it's like I'm doing all this research before I go. Like, is it safe? And this is everything I read is like, it's not safe. It's not you be careful. Don't be out here with jewelry on. I'm out there, big dumbass chain on. And I'm just literally like, I got out there and they don't have Lyft or Uber out there. It's illegal. But people still breaking the law, still using it. So when for the first day, I'm thinking like, yo, I won't even be able to use the app. Man, I probably walked 5 miles down to the city, dumbass chain on, and it's like I don't even feel like the I never felt unsafe until I went to go see the dentist, and he like, bro, you really shouldn't be walking around with all that jewelry on while you here. But while I was outside the whole day, I didn't feel it. You know what I mean? People playing soccer and the thing. I'm walking past them. I'm walking through the town, talking to people, eating at the restaurants. You know what I mean? Shopping. I'm doing my thing. Like I'm here. You know what I mean? I ain't really feel it, but that all in all, man, that was a good experience.
Okay.
That was a good experience. It was real peaceful. Like I was able to really like, decompress and really like think. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that was dope.
Yeah, you probably should have been more careful because another thing about Belgium is we had to do a presentation in front of we had to do a presentation in front of 26 different countries, right? And it's kind of dope because everybody was listening to you. Like we all had to have on headphones so they could, understand what you're saying. And so what happened is, I bought the Omar Sharif poetic dude with me. You know what I mean? So I shared a picture with my hands up like it was my regular, my folk told me to just be who I am. And so after we did the presentation, like a lot of people from different countries came to have personal conversations with me, right? And some of the things that we're experiencing in our inner cities.
I didn't mean to cut you off, but was it an interpreter or everybody kind of like was able to speak English?
No, they all spoke different languages, but you had earphones on where like I'm speaking in English, but they're hearing it in their language.
Oh, and vice versa.
And vice versa.
Okay, that's dope.
Yeah. So
was they talking? Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I mean, they was just very very impressed with the presentation and the work that we do. And what they were saying is, we need that kind of work here.
Okay.
So the same things that we deal with in our inner cities, they deal with in their inner cities. So with that perspective, you was unsafe.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
So particularly countries that, there's certain countries that that don't allow you to have weapons like we have. That's to be the difference. So instead of getting shot up, you understood the risk of being stabbed up.
Yeah, snatch you with a restaurant, duct tape your ass in the back.
Yeah.
Yo, after that, it's so funny, Dad, because after he told me that, he spooked me so bad, right? I'm like, I go to the hotel. He like, yeah, where you staying at and all that. I'm like, come on, bro. It's really like that. So I'm in there taking my jewelry off, putting it in the safe, and walking around. I'm like, kind of feeling nervous now. So then I start. The hotel that I stayed in was connected to like a really, really big mall.
Okay.
So it was like I go out my hotel. I don't even have to go outside. Like the hotel is security to, you know what I mean? I'm walking through the mall. It was extremely dope, man.
So I think I remember you going to Houston for something.
Yeah, I went to Houston. We went to Houston for my man Steph's birthday. Houston was lit.
That was just a turn up?
Yeah, Houston was a complete turn up.
What was the best part about Houston?
Beautiful woman. Nice people. The people was nice. The food is fantastic.
What did they wear?
The clubs was lit. They was corny. The people from Houston, like, they country, like, they ain't fly to me. It was like
man, country don't mean corny.
Country don't mean corny, you know what I mean? But
Listen to me, cold blood New York. I
Yeah.
mean, in some ways, I
Come on, you know country
but
is
I'm
corny.
trying to
Country is
I'm
kind of
trying to represent. I don't know who's watching.
country is kind of corny, bro.
Huh?
Like, hey, the way they carry it be a little. They be carrying it a little different.
It's different. Now, how
Yeah,
about we just instead let's say it's different.
it's different.
Yeah.
Corny is Let's not be negative.
Yeah.
It's different.
Okay.
But Houston was lit. I had a great time in Houston, man. Um, it still got club culture. You know what I mean? You still got people coming out to enjoy themselves. It ain't really like if it was some YNs and all that around. I don't know. You know what I mean? It just felt like love in them spots. You know what I mean? Houston was and that was my first time in Houston too.
Weren't you thinking about moving there?
Yeah,
That's dead.
I feel like after going, just a little older now. You know what I mean? Like when I was first thinking about moving to Houston, I was like 20, 24, 25. You know what I mean? 31 now. I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? I would move to any big popular city for business benefits for sure.
Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
go there, set your brand up,
Go
get the
there.
connects.
Now it's like go there. Once I finish school, you know what I mean? Once I finish school, I can go there and work, have a job, have something secure, have my business. I can like do a real life there. You know what I mean?
So you in school?
Yeah, I'm in school for education.
Hmm.
Why are you trying to act like? Don't try to do that for the camera.
I mean, I want them to know.
You should have just said what you're telling people what you're in school for. No, are you in school?
All right, man. Shit. I'm
I'm
trying to figure it out. Yeah.
Yeah, man. It be throwing people off too a lot of times. That's another funny thing, bro, because people see me out and they be like, yo, what you do? And like, I just feel like I tell them like, yeah, I make clothes because it kind of like fit more of the aesthetic. You know what I mean? They see how, yo, what you do? I get that question all the time. Yo, what you do for a living? And I just be like, yo,
So they can't perceive you
as a teacher with a big chain on.
Okay.
And you know what I mean? And be like, yeah, bro, I'm a teacher. You know what I mean? And then it's like people say I'm living two different lives. Like I feel like I'm just living a life.
A life.
Yeah, like it's not two different lives. It's who I am. You know what I mean? My students see me with the big chain on. It's not like I'm hiding it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, it's.
So, I'm going to get into. We're going to get to it real quick.
Okay.
I can't stand y'all music. Like I don't like.
You know what's crazy?
But I said that before.
I used to always fight you on it. I ain't feeling it, man. I ain't feeling it right now, bro.
Yeah. So who you if you go into your phone, who's on your playlist? What are you listening to?
Right now, I'm listening to. I wouldn't really call them local artists because I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't really know their reach, but I'm listening to Tour. He from Philadelphia. Shit.
So you ain't listening.
I ain't really listening to a lot, bro.
So
I'm listening to Tour. You know, my everyday still listening to Drake, Pusha T.
You said everybody but the world champion rapper of the world.
He is the world champion. He's the champion of 2024 for sure. Kendrick Lamar, but I'm not listening to Kendrick Lamar. But you got to respect the work that he was doing. You know what I mean? But I'm still listening to the same people, but new up and coming artists. Yeah, Tour, Core. You know.
Where they from? Anybody from New York? Anybody from New York hot?
Who I'm listening to from New York? I ain't really listening to no New York artists for real.
Them upstate cats.
Benny the Butcher and them.
Yeah.
I mean, they still in rotation, but I ain't checking for them.
Okay. So
I ain't checking for them. Who you listening to?
So folks that you would know is Coco Jones. And I messed this woman's name up all the time.
Ari Lennox. Yeah.
So that's them. Other than that, I can name some artists in there. It's like chill hop instrumentals. As a matter of fact, I dropped I said one of my poems while I was walking the other day, and I had the opportunity to. I'm playing around trying to learn all this tech stuff, social media stuff, and they allowed me to take one of the songs, one of the instrumentals, and put it on my poem, and it synced up real tight.
AI? You did? It was like an AI tape?
Nah, it was just a regular, when you go in there and it says add music. So I was saying the poem when I was walking, right? I just bust out into and said the poem, right? And I thought to just what, yo?
Yeah, so you was gonna walk and just spit a poem randomly?
Yeah, I do that often.
Like out loud?
Yeah.
That's interesting. I hope ain't nobody see you.
Well, but I'm out there most of the time I'm out there by
Out there
myself.
dolo? Okay.
Yeah, I'm out there by myself. It's the birds and all that I do.
Because if you see somebody just start rapping dolo,
I ain't rapping. It's a soft, smooth, melodic type.
I feel like, what's
flow.
crazy? I feel like rapping might be more common for somebody to bust out and say a rap lyric than to bust out and say a poem.
Yeah, and plus my poetry is kind of it's me. It's how I move. So it's smooth. So it could just sound like I'm having a conversation on the phone.
Oh, because you talking to the phone, or you got?
I got these. I got the meta glasses on.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I got the glasses on, and I know it can hear me, and I can. I ain't even got a screen because the meta glasses mellow out the sound.
Yeah.
Right. And so I'm just like I'm doing my thing, do my little libations that I do out there. You know what I mean? Venerating after I finish doing all my spiritual stuff and doing all that, then I'm on my way in.
So who was the artist that you blended the poem with?
I can't think of that artist right now, but here's my favorite artist to listen to is a guy named Brock Berrigan.
What kind of music?
They're just instrumental. So basically, they're I would say like hip hop jazz.
Okay.
So it's hip hop. It may sound sort of like an old school hip hop song, and he may cut do some. I don't even know what you call that when you add like a melody, where somebody make like one song I like by an artist says he keeps saying it's nothing like a glass of hot warm coffee, and he just keeps saying that. It's hard to explain, but maybe I tell you what, maybe when you get a chance, if you can show folk.
Yeah, we'll plug it some kind of way.
Yeah, plug it.
Because I'm interested to see what it sounds like myself.
Yeah, and
I feel like I kind of like know in my head what it sound like. But yeah, we're gonna make sure we plug that up then.
My favorite collab is something called Chill Hop Summer 2017. Dope. You can listen to it all day. It can go back to back, and it's who I am. So it speaks to me, and I would way rather listen to that than anything you guys. You know what? You turned me on to the brother passed away. What's his name? Pop Smoke. What's his name? Pop Smoke.
Pop Smoke did pass away.
Yeah, him. You turned me on to him a couple years ago, and I dug some of his stuff. Like I could deal with that, but I don't know what. Oh, the new Lil Wayne. You heard it?
I heard a couple songs.
I heard it. I was moving across something, and I seen that his daughter had a problem with how you always responded to it. She was like, I don't know what she was saying.
She was saying he wasn't feeling it?
Yeah, she was saying people were saying they wasn't feeling it, like it's different than what he usually do.
Lil Wayne is older now, bro. Like,
So y'all ain't interested anyway.
I don't want to say we not interested. I'm not really a Lil Wayne fan.
Okay.
But what Hov say?
Hov?
What Hov say? You want the whole by the whole album? You know what I mean? Y'all want to be on that? It's catalog. Go back.
Oh, go back.
Just stay there.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah, just stay there because that's where I'm at.
Okay. So you listen to a lot of older stuff.
I listen to a lot. It's so crazy. I was listening to Beanie Siegel albums for like 2 weeks straight. Bumped into him at the mall. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. How was that?
It was cool.
Okay.
He was chilling, you know.
Okay.
He was on family time. I know when I see people like, cause I don't want people to like. I'm with my family and we having a moment. You know what I mean? We shopping or doing whatever. I don't want nobody to walk up on me asking me no questions, none of that type of stuff. So I don't even really kind of like do that. You know what I mean? But I seen him. I seen him during Ramadan as well. I seen him during Ramadan as well. Yeah.
Okay. News stories that got your attention.
No, speaking of legends,
Wow.
because we was just talking about Lil Wayne, Manny Pacquiao about to fight.
Yeah.
What you think, man? Pacquiao drilling.
Well, I've seen comebacks, right? After long periods of time. Like I was completely enthralled with George Foreman, right, when he came back. So heavyweights coming back is one thing. It's iconic heavy. I have no idea. I have no idea and no desire to watch that until he come back, and then if he plans on building his career, but to come back and throw him into a big time fight right now, I wouldn't be interested in that. But if he had like a fight where he's getting himself back together and that went well,
I feel like the only difference between Pacquiao and any other fighter who we could say is a legend who made a comeback, I never ever seen a born Pacquiao fight. Never. So I wouldn't even. So win, lose, draw. Never. What was a born Pacquiao fight?
I don't know if I feel this way, but a lot of folks say the Floyd fight was
Well,
boring.
it was dragged. You know that shit was dragged.
Okay.
Even when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, dragged.
Okay.
Floyd dragged it. I love Floyd, man. I love Floyd for who he is and all that. But Floyd to drag a motherfucker to he nothing and then, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only person he ain't really dragged to nothing and gave the young boy a shot was the Canelo fight. You know what I mean?
I've as much as I'm not sure how much I like boxing, but I'll get to that. But as much as as much as as much as I deal with boxing, Floyd done put me to sleep a whole lot of times.
Plenty of times.
Yeah, and one thing is
It'd be the theatrics.
Yeah, and the fight starting at 1 o'clock in the morning is the first part.
Yeah.
Then you're gonna come on there and there's no engagement for the first 5 or 6 rounds. Sometimes there's no engagement at all, and everybody, ooh, yeah, hit not get hit is what but that it's not that entertaining.
Okay. Couple more boxing questions. You know we gotta go there. Roach Tank too.
Nah, man, I want to talk about Sonny Bono.
Shout out to my man.
Shout out to Sonny Bono.
Shout out to my man Bono, man, getting the draw over the weekend, man.
Yeah. Now, what I would say is this.
Turn up, Bono.
Turn up. Celebrity boxing, I went there to support Sonny.
I got a different respect for that shit, but go ahead.
Yeah, I can't stand it, right?
I can.
But then I can't stand the real game of boxing because the bullshit that goes on.
I hate the real game of boxing.
But the Sonny Bono fight and just the Sonny Bono, the rest of that stuff, I did not.
You didn't like it?
I had to sit through a bunch of shenanigans, including there's a rapper, poet rap brother that I know. His name is Supreme out of Philly. Been watching him for years. He's connected to my poetry entertainment circle in some kind of way, so he's consistent on my timeline. When Conquest comes out, who's the main rapper? I was like, oh, yo, they is really now. What I do know is, out of all the rap groups that came out, I don't want to use the word lit. I'd rather use the word legit, because he's a legit artist. You know, I seen a lot of those cats. It was like somebody from Westchester with Converse on. It was a lot of. It was a lot of shenanigans.
It was a lot of celebrity boxing going on.
Yeah. Yeah. But Sonny got in there and turned up. As a matter of fact, the first round, Sonny stood over the bull, cracked him. Like, Sonny did some things. Now, Conquest is a friend of ours. And when Conquest played into the shenanigans too. Like, he, you know, when he got to really trying to figure Sonny out, It was too late. You know what I mean? It was a draw, and I mentioned earlier to someone that they're 1 minute rounds. So 1 minute round don't even give you a chance to settle into your boxing thing and all that.
It's a spurt.
You got to come bring the dumb shit
Early.
and whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't want to bring that dumb shit to Sonny early.
No, you
That
don't.
was the problem. You go in there dealing with those big soup bone hands he got, and you playing with Sonny, and he could have ended up getting splattered in there. So I guess he did what he needed to do until he could get into a authentic boxing match. But by the time then, fight's over. So, yeah. So shout out to Sonny. He did a fantastic job.
Yeah, facts. I wish I was there, man.
I really didn't know how old Sonny was, but you know they flashed it on the screen. Sonny's 53, Conquest is 37, and to go in there and to mix it with a 37-year-old who's fresh out of. I mean, I think he just retired. I thought I seen about a year ago. I seen Conquest.
Yeah, it might have been 2 years.
Okay,
might have been 2 years.
Yeah, and Sonny ain't boxed in 22 years. So you know. I'm joking. More like 15. It might be close to that. Now that I think about it. Shit.
Bolo throwback. Now that's my baby.
Yeah, well, throwback.
Yeah, Bolo, that's really my guy.
He certainly
man.
got
I'm proud of him, man.
But yeah, you was going to ask me another boxing question.
It was Roach Tank too.
Oh, Roach Tank too. I don't know what to expect. I really don't, because I know that Tank is good at figuring things out. And so he never really figured things out with Roach. Roach did a fantastic job. But if Tank has got, you know, like at boxing, and sometimes you get the rhythm. And if Tank is in rhythm early, and then Roach got to deal with that for 12 rounds, it could be problematic.
How I look at it like this, man, I know just from being a part of the sport of boxing since I was 6 years old and really just seeing and watching boxing over the years, I know every boxer has that time where he's like the best fight of his life. You know what I mean? And that was Roach time. That night was the best Lamont Roach that we might ever get. You know what I mean? So I don't know how the second fight is going to go. You know what I mean? I was strong on Roach having a great chance. Remember, I was calling you, let you know, like I really feel like, and you know, I really know Roach. You know what I mean? He had a relationship with my big brother. That was a pause too. He had a relationship with my big brother. It's crazy.
They spent a lot of time.
They stable mates.
Yeah, they spent. Yeah,
we came up. He came up with my brother, man. They did a lot of sparring, worked together plenty of times. It's a good bull. He got a great family. His dad.
Yeah, they very nice
very
people.
Respectful. Very humble. So I was really, when I seen Roach in there with Tank, I really was. It felt like my brother was there. Like I felt like, you know what I mean? Because him and my brother got similar characteristics. So I really felt like, damn, like he gonna shock the world. And he went there, and he really shocked the world. I thought he won. Because
I thought he won too.
The knee was crazy.
I thought he won.
The knee was controversial.
Roach won that fight.
Yeah, he won that fight. And the knee was insane, bro.
And so that's the thing about boxing that disgusses me.
The politics.
Because the politics is real. Again, when we went over to London, I was extremely, like, I walked away from London with a very, very bad taste in my mouth because it was a close fight. But I think we got the dirty end of the stick. I thought we wasn't treated correctly. It's funny because they treated us wonderfully. They rolled out the red carpet.
Felt like a superstar.
Yeah, we
interviews.
Yeah,
felt
again,
like a superstar.
And they loved us. Remember, we went to the mall and people kept staring at us. And then they finally, like when we went into the sneaker store, I think they finally came in and started asking questions,
taking pictures. Yeah, it was dope.
It was a dope time. And then you get to the arena. No, before the arena, there was a whole lot of shenanigans with the weigh-ins and all that. And it's kind of like, well, they're not doing the things they're supposed to do, but do you really want to fly back to America without having to fight?
Mm-hmm.
So you had to fight, although there were some things that went
Mm-hmm.
on that was worth protesting even before the fight.
Mm-hmm.
So then the fight happens. We get one of those nasty decisions. We're in the O2 Arena, which is the biggest arena in London.
Mm-hmm.
We're fighting somebody that they're calling the Welsh Mayweather.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but if that fight is held in Los Angeles or Vegas,
Different.
it's a
Different
different ball
result.
game, and
Yeah.
that's what's nasty about the sport of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
In basketball, if the score is 102 to 101, you win.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I
It's
mean?
different,
It's,
man.
it's different. But yeah, so Roach, I think Roach. So what you said is correct. Sometimes you come out there like Buster Douglas and have the fight of your life,
Life for sure.
right? And I can't name any boxers right now, but I'm sure there's boxers who have another great fight. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? I don't know. What do you think about? Do you think it was better that they fight now, as far as Roach is concerned?
Mm-hmm.
Better that they go back in there and get to it, or if Roach gets a chance to, or have another fight in
So my,
between?
my my perspective on boxing now is get the most money you can as fast as you can get it.
Okay.
So all that fight in between for what?
Okay.
He fight a bum hurt him, hit him behind his head. He never fight again in his life. It's a nasty,
Or
messed up sport.
or get a dumb
Or get a
decision.
dumb decision and the fight won't happen. You get
Okay.
what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, fight him again in 2-3 months. Let's bowl. You know what I mean? Man, get the money. Get the money, bro. Get the money and get out, man. It's a messed up, nasty sport.
I agree.
You know what I mean? You want to get out as young as you can with your health,
I agree.
with
I agree.
some money.
I agree.
So you ain't been watching, but who you would say is like the new up and coming guy?
Yeah, you gonna have to tell me that because I tapped out. I was when Jalik. We do have a fighter that we both are involved with. I'm managing Jalik.
Mm-hmm.
You're one of the trainers.
Mm-hmm.
But Jalik had an injury, so anything that I'm doing, I'm going to go do my homework
Mm-hmm.
and start seeing who we gonna deal with next,
Right.
how we gonna get to him. But when Jalik got injured,
Kind of fell back.
fell back on that a little bit. So you tell me. I understand there's a brother in Delaware, but he's an amateur.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I don't want to be disrespectful. I forgot his name.
Okay.
Boy from down lower Delaware, you talking about? He
Yeah.
won the Nationals a few times.
Yeah.
I forgot his name.
Yeah.
But up and coming young boxers in the game, definitely gotta say Boots.
Oh, Boots, that's a friend of ours.
Yep, Boots.
Yeah.
I would say Boots. You got Richard Hitchkins. He just fought George Gambosis.
Okay.
And then we talk about fight of the life. Remember Gambosis beat he didn't. He didn't beat Lomachenko. He beat what's the Puerto Rican boy from from New York? Shit, I forgot his name. But yeah, Richard Hitchkins. He just beat Gambosis, stopped him with a body shot. That was a good John. You got Abdullah Mason. I think they from Muslim Bull from I think he from Virginia.
Who did Kai just fight?
I don't know the kid Kai fought. I didn't know that guy.
Yeah.
The Cuban dude.
Yeah, but they think highly of him too, right?
Yeah, I don't know that guy though.
Okay.
I
I see you don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it either.
yeah, I want to talk about that.
Yeah. But that guy is, so to put some respect on Kai's name, that guy that he was mixing with is one of the top in the world.
Yeah,
And
for
he
sure.
and he may be fighting for the title next. Right? So he's got, with those kind of fighters, like they have long amateur careers. They're basically not amateur careers. They may have 200 or 300 professional fights for real. And by the time they get here, they fight 5 or 6 fights
and be
and throw them
the
in there.
Lomachenko, like how Lomachenko did it.
Yeah. So we got to have, as a matter of fact, Lou, we got to have the conversation because it's a real conversation. And then it puts things in perspective for Kai, right? So just to say that, shouts out to Kai.
Yeah, for sure.
He went out and represented himself very well.
Mm-hmm.
He was fighting what I thought, because I was shocked that he was fighting. What I thought
Mm-hmm.
is he really was fighting one of the best fighters in the world in that weight class.
Bro, Kai had one of the toughest careers, and look at him. You know what I mean? He
and
cool.
he's still
He's great.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That's my man.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Kai had a great career with all this stuff. I feel like, it's the sport of boxing, man. I feel like Kai deserved some better looks. You know what I mean? I feel like he deserved some better looks. I feel like he deserved that. You know what I mean? And how the chips fall is how the chips fall. It's a dirty game.
It's a dirty game.
It's a dirty game. You know what I mean? Kai fought everybody who was somebody. You know what I mean? He fought everybody who was somebody.
Yeah, man. And here's the thing. It's a dirty game, but I love the people. Like our boxing folk.
Yeah.
Like shouts out to Boots and what's his
Bosey.
name? And Bosey. Man, those are beautiful people.
Mm-hmm.
Danny Garcia, his dad, beautiful people, always treated us with love and respect. All the trainers in Philly, all those guys, man, they are wonderful, wonderful people.
Facts.
It's the nature of the game is nasty.
My boy fucked the game up though. He went viral with the boots and the shorts.
Who that?
Cool Boy.
Oh, Cool Boy's dope.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah.
Cool Boy, that's my guy, man.
Yeah.
He fucked the game up. That shit went viral.
Mm-hmm. And privately, and not even privately, if you listen to them talk on a boxing podcast or something, they probably feel the same way we feel.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody knows that game is a
yeah.
One last time, it is a nasty.
It's a nasty
business.
game. It's a nasty business.
But there is a possibility that I can watch a fight and you can watch a fight, and we can both have no attachment to the fighters, and we have totally different opinions of what happened in that fight.
Yeah, for sure.
So and
for sure,
I guess that makes boxing what it is for real. But yeah, when Jalik comes back, we're gonna bury ourselves in it and try to really. My job is to protect him as much as I can from the nastiness that is that sport. So when he comes back, I'm gonna jump in there, wrap my arms around the brother, pause.
Wrap my arms around the brother was crazy.
And make sure that he's okay. Yeah. So I got my.
That's
guys,
my, man. That's little bro, man.
Yeah.
He gonna be good, man. Yeah. He gonna be good.
So, other than those things, what else are you paying attention to? Or really, it's been a long time. What have you been paying attention to?
What have I really been paying attention to, man? Shit, I've been watching TV. I've been chilling. I've been doing like regular people stuff.
What's your favorite TV program?
Handmaid's Tales was crazy. One of my Handmaid's Tales. That might be one of my favorite shows I ever watched.
What's it called?
The Handmaid's Tales.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been collecting. I've been collecting toys and little boo-boo dolls and poppets and all that. I just been on my, you know what I mean? I've been back doing art. That's a big thing for me because art pushed me into fashion.
Yeah, it's the base of what you do.
And I really stopped. It's the base of what I do. But I feel like a lot of people don't even have no art. No disrespect to nobody. People still come up with dope brands and all that. But I'm just saying, like, my base is art. I started making clothes because I was an artist. You know what I mean? I lost the. I wouldn't say I really lost the love. I didn't have time to really like sit down with a pen and paper. I'm talking about traditional art. I know it's different forms of art and stuff like that.
Because what you do now, all your labels, that's your art.
I know. But it's like to really like do the basis of like base drawing and painting, watercolors and stuff like that. Like I've been doing some stuff, bro. I've been doing some stuff. Like, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, like I guess when I started writing again, right? When I started writing again years ago, because in the old days I was a pretty good local rapper, right? I was out of New York, but I was living in Delaware, and so I made a good name for myself. Oski Love, I was a pretty good rapper, right? And so some time went by, and I started going to a place, and I started going to a lot of places in Philly, poetry venues as a pastime when I was living there. And so I started writing again, and I was really writing to like to send some messages to you guys, to my children, to let y'all know how I thought about love, how I thought about life, and I wrote all those things, right? And so I haven't had the desire to pick up a pen and rewrite a poem about life that I already writ for y'all, because I was writing with a purpose. And then nobody wanted to read books. So I wrote a book. I got that done and realized that ain't nobody reading books no more. So I decided to hit the stage again. I started taking some classes at Temple, some writing classes and performing poetry classes. And with 1 or 2 semesters of that, the brother told me, I forget his name. He was a part of a group in Philly called Fire and Ice, and he happened to be my teacher. And I didn't know the group then.
Okay.
Right? I learned out who he was after taking the class with him. But he was like, yeah, you don't. This is not for you.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, I remember the students complaining like, why is he here?
Bro, I'm telling you, that's the same thing. You gotta think. I started making clothes when I was Dad, like 11, 12. I went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia once I graduated from high school. I'm already in the city making clothes. I go up there, they doing simple. This is how you sew a straight line.
Yeah.
It's like, bro.
Yeah, we did this.
Yeah, this is how I was like, and then it was like when it came to a thing where it's like, yo, we need X amount for you to still continue the school here. I'm like, bro, like, I'm cool with this.
Because I'm not taking.
I'm not learning nothing for real.
Yeah.
But a lot of people say, like, a lot of my art friends that I met at art school, because I really didn't have art friends until I went to art school. They was basically saying like, bro, if you already make clothes and you kind of like already, why you take fashion design? Should have did marketing or something like that, and it's something that I can be using now.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So, but I ain't never look at it like that. But I'm thinking, all right, I go to Art Institute of Philadelphia. They'll teach me how to sew a wedding dress, and I didn't even really, you know what I mean?
But they were starting from the
basics, and it was like, bro, this is like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. So he gave me one great tip. Maybe I should keep that tip to myself. Oh, come on, man. There you go again.
Hey, yo.
A damn point.
Nah, bro, because it be like the worst ones, bro. Yo, it really be the worst one. I will leave you alone, man. He gave me one great tip.
All right, yo.
Like, yo, what?
I'm done.
Hey, all right, he gave me one piece of advice.
Yeah, he gave me one great piece of advice.
There we go.
He said, don't be all over the place. He was like, if you be who you are, set the persona and keep it there. It's kind of like, actually what he said was, you know how you know a comedian of who he is? Like Mike Epps is Mike Epps, right? He don't come out and do no other kind of stuff. It's Mike Epps doing this, right? It's Richard Pryor doing this.
Right.
When you see Richard Pryor, you see Richard Pryor, right? And so I'm a true Gemini. There's a whole different ways that I could be, right? But as far as when I'm on a stage.
You getting a Zodiacs?
Huh?
You getting a Zodiac sign?
I mean, I do, so.
I was surprised in hearing from you, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You threw me off with that.
Yeah.
I'm a true Gemini. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I got a lot of, if it speaks to, like I got my hands on a lot of things. Like I do quite a few things, right? It's all come from one place, but.
That was like some social media shit. Like I'm picturing.
Nah.
I'm messing with you, but it just threw me off because it's like
if I name some Geminis, they have similar characteristics of me.
Yo, I got 2 friends.
Tupac is a Gemini.
I got 2 friends that was born the same day as me. Niggas is nothing alike. Nothing like me.
I feel you.
2, and it's like, you know, one is Stan. Stan Banks.
Stan ain't nothing like you.
I mean, we both into.
You ain't got to put his
I can't
name
do that.
out there.
Nah, that's my man. Yeah, shout out to my man Stink. T-shirt side hustle. That's really the big bro.
Okay.
But damn, that was a bad one. Saying Stan ain't nothing like me.
Cause he's kind of
We both into like creating.
Yeah, he's
that
nothing like me.
Sorry, Stan.
He's nothing like me.
Started.
He got a T-shirt brand. He got a
I
store like me.
I should have started with the other friend.
Yeah, we both great fathers.
My bad, Stan.
Yeah. We're like, all that.
But the only thing I can really say is the difference is the process of making a shirt and making a shirt. If that's Stan, for real. But if Stan don't care about no damn fashion, he tell me all the time, Lou, I wear Crocs. Like I ain't.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Okay.
So that was thinking like that, but it's still we both artistic.
I mean, he's zodiac sign, but I mean, I'm fashionably inclined. When I'm in,
yeah, you are.
I'm fashionably inclined. So, and you've been, and really, so is your mother.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you dealing with us all your life? Not that speak to anything else, but we get into it.
Yeah, for sure.
So you ain't have no choice but to get into it.
Yeah.
Get into it. You know what I mean?
That's a fact.
So, what was the subject matters that you looking at, that you paying attention to? And so, what's going on social media, other than the Diddy in the not social media,
in the news,
in pop culture, other than the Diddy trial,
the Diddler,
other than the Diddler.
I mean, they said R. Kelly overdosed yesterday. I mean, it's not really time stamped because the episode we ain't gonna see the episode today, but you know, it's Juneteenth.
Okay,
Juneteenth. And I seen that R. Kelly overdosed on some prescription medicine. He want to get out of prison because his life is at danger.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I've seen, and you know, and everything going on with the Diddler, man.
Anything about the Diddler?
I ain't really paying attention. I seen somebody sent me a thing where like Cassie was telling somebody, if you show this video to somebody, I'll kill you, I'll bury you, and he's gonna kill you too. I don't really like to talk about it because you know how that thing get a little weird. You don't want to really make no feeling, but the video, I feel like Cassie saying that was kind of crazy to me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I ain't really.
I seen somebody interviewed one of the participants in the parties that he had.
A freak off participant. What was his name, yo? What was the boy's name, bro?
I don't know. I slid right by.
Yo, pull his name up, man. You gotta pull his name up. Because Mason Kim had him on the joint. What's your phone?
Hey, Meta. Who was the freak off participant that got interviewed by Cam and Mace?
Now they like, yo, what? What was his name?
Meta's thinking.
Meta don't know that, bro. Type it in your phone, bro.
I'm not aware of any freak off participant interviewed by Cam and Mace. All right, never mind, Meta.
You also BS. Yo,
you know everything else.
Yo, Meta, because you gonna say freak off participant. Meta, like, bro, what is you on, cuz? Yo, I'm crying, man.
So it's kind of an old. It's not really an old subject matter, but I got really, really super excited. I don't know if you remember for the election.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was really looking forward to Sis coming in and making a change or making a difference or doing something different.
Different, yeah.
You know what I mean? As I was telling people moving into the election, like all my life, I've been upheld by Black women, right? So I just felt like, you know, give her the opportunity to do what what I've always seen Black women do in my life. You know what I mean? I got fantastic aunts, fantastic mother. My children's mothers are fantastic. So I was hoping they would give Sis.
Excuse me.
That didn't go well, and so now I kind of like stopped paying attention to politics. and the shit show, so I don't really pay it no mind. But there's a lot going on. Once upon a time, I knew all the players in the war that looked like it was going to happen last year. It seems like that's here now. So I've been busy and I haven't had a chance to pay attention to those things. But that's what I probably will. I don't know, but I like to know what's going on in the world around me. Really because of y'all. So, because I know nobody else wants to. So in case I got to tell y'all to go run for the shelter. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Motherfucker smoking hookah.
Yeah, y'all sit there.
Bob's
chilling,
away.
Yeah, like yo, they're like
9/11.
the bombs is coming. So I want to make sure that as the patriarch of this family, that I at least am abreast on what's going on.
I feel that.
You know, the closer the bombs get to the northeast. You know what I'm saying? So, but right now you're safe.
Yo, so okay, so move the goalposts. The Knicks. I know you being a native New Yorker. I know you was excited. I know you kind of like start. I know you kind of, when you moved to Philadelphia, you kind of like became a real Sixers fan. I feel like you're still a Sixers fan, but to see them doing well, was you excited?
I bought a whole dumb Sixers jacket that I'm embarrassed to wear.
Yeah, that's a bad jacket.
Yeah, but I bought it commemorating the years where I wore starter jackets and things like that. So that's why I bought it for it, and it made sense if they was going to be winning. But all that commemorative shit go out the door. If you owe 40 and all that, you know what I mean.
You normally carry it cool, like you normally don't do bright colors and all that. That was a crazy fit. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't. That was a.
So here's the thing about that.
That might have.
Here's the thing
Tell
about
the people the fit though. Explain.
No, here's the thing about that though. You stamped it, the jacket.
I stamped the jacket. The jacket there. I would wear the jacket.
So I wore.
I'm a Sixers fan.
But I was going to my grandson's football
you wore
game.
Like you try to make a Sixers jacket and then do it with like a cultured look. That was kind of crazy, bro.
Nah, I was just going to the game. I was trying to be warm. It was a cold winter game. My grandson balling.
You want Sixers? You want a Sixers jacket?
It was a sports jacket at a sports event.
Okay,
and that's all it was.
Okay, but explain the fit though.
You explain. I forget it.
You want Sixers jacket?
Go ahead.
Right?
Yes.
You want red dread cap, brown tortoiseshell glasses.
When I was at the basketball game watching my grandson.
Blue straight leg jeans. And he might have had some fucking 720 Air Max on. You was on some Spike Lee shit, cuz. Yo, that joint tripped me out. Cause when I see you, I said,
I ain't send it nowhere.
I text, like, yo, what the fuck going on?
Dad lose his damn mind. He got 3 outfits. He got 3 outfits on it.
It is dead winter too. It's cold as shit.
Yeah, the jacket was warm.
You was bright as hell though, bro. You don't even dress like that.
I was at a basketball game.
You forced it though. You was at a football game.
I was at a football game.
But you forced it. You like the jacket. And it's crazy because when I said it was a bad fit, you never wear that jacket again. That's terrible, bro. Yeah. The jacket's still good, bro. Then you lost all this weight.
Yeah, man.
The jacket probably.
Oh, I couldn't. I had to pull out my Timo sweatsuit today because I can't.
Still fuck with them apps too.
Hey,
still mess with them apps.
We're gonna Timo to the winter time coming.
Not Timo. Ain't from Timo. It's from Shein or Timo. It's like a thermal.
It's very, very nice.
Yo, it's a thermal sweatsuit.
It's not. Look, you can see through it. It's not thermal.
It's like
it's got that thermal look.
Look, yeah.
Yeah, but I wouldn't wear this in the wintertime.
Like a thermal with a zipper.
The wind would blow right through this damn thing. It's porous. So it's nice. It's comfortable.
That's cool though.
And it's clean.
You let them too. What they call? What's them Jones called? I don't even know if the camera can see him. The 270s.
270s. What is it?
270s.
Is that what it is?
I think it's 270. 720.
720. What is it? Oh yeah, 270.
270.
Yeah. Let me tell you about these. I was going to do an interview on these. I mean, a
review.
A review on these.
I had a pair.
Yeah, but it's so what I learned through walking is a good pair of sneakers lasts 300 to 500 miles. Right? I'm walking 70 miles a week. At least. Right? That's 10 miles a day. So I'm at least watching 70 miles. So I'm walking and I had a pair of OCs on clouds, right? And my back started hurting. And through my investigation about why my back was hurting, I had wore the sneak out. I I probably had 1,000 miles on that sneaker because it was my favorite sneak.
Right.
And so I went and got me some hookahs.
Hocus.
I went and got some of them. And they were cool, but they're not fashionable. They're big and bulky. And I wear a suit. I still wear my,
I get
my
you
suit
saying.
pants. It's like my sneak.
You gotta think with that. You don't like bulky shoes because you hate when I'll be wearing like Balenciagas and all that.
Yeah.
You like the slick,
Clean.
clean. Yeah, I
Clean,
get you
right?
saying.
And so after wearing these for 1 week, wearing those for another week, I went back to these 270s. They are as comfortable as both of those two sneakers.
That's a fact.
They hold you more. Like they around your ankle and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I get what you said. The more support.
They're more support.
But you think that step is as soft as a Hoka?
It's not as soft. It's not as soft.
What-
The Hoka got the best. Is the softest.
And then you would say On Clouds is more slender, slick, not lasting.
No, they last. I wore the hell out of that sneaker. Like but before I got another one of those, I went and got these because they are comfortable enough. So I just don't.
They look brand new. You just got them?
A couple months ago.
Okay.
So these I could wear these with my where I would wear a black shoe. Because now with all this walking, I can't wear my shoes no more. That's another thing. I can't wear my shoes.
You wearing out your fly shit, basically. Yeah. Like when you want to like pop out, you walking in them.
Yeah, I'm walking. So I used to get a shoe called Kohan that has a sneaker bottom.
Yeah, you was killing them.
No, it's more comfortable to wear these.
Okay.
That's all. And so I also used to when I'm painting, I used to paint in my bare feet. Like I paint with socks on, really. I'm really. That's another way where I express myself artistically, right? My paint work is dope. I did that, right? When I'm painting houses. So I would be in my socks and doing my thing.
Is the socks a thing where you don't want to mess your shoes up, or you feel free?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
But I went out and spent a whole lot of money on a pair of OCs, all white, that I could wear to paint in. And it feels like, to be honest with you, it feels like I'm in my socks.
I would like to see them. They got paint all over them and all that?
Yeah, they do. But not, because I'm a clean painter.
So it's not,
You know what I mean? No. But they just like, I can't get them to be white no more because it might have sprinkles of black on them. You know what I mean? They don't look clean. Well, first of all, they wasn't white in the break. It
was always like an off tan color.
Yeah. And so they still look, no matter how much I wash them, because I wash them after every paint job, really. I still can't look clean like I want to look when
I feel like I like Hokas, but I feel like they're so soft where it's so soft that it's like I can't really do much in these. Like I played basketball with my students with my Hokas on, and the whole bottom was like damn near rubbed off. It's literally like, you know how like when you got a Jordan on or something, you kind of like can do multiple things and the sneakers still stay in place. It's like this shoe is for walking, or this shoe is for running on this type of ground. So I was like, yeah, before I buy another pair of them, you know what I mean? And I paid $189 for them Jones. You feel me? So I was like, oh, I didn't kill these, but I'm thinking because they soft and they comfortable, I'm like, I can do everything in these. That wasn't the case.
Yeah. So if I'm leaving the house in the morning taking a walk, I will put the Hoka on. It's probably the most comfortable if I'm going like the day I did I walked 8 miles. If I had to walk 8 miles in a sneaker, it's gonna be the Hoka.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But if I'm going to be at work and I'm just downtown moving back and forth,
comfort all day,
and I'm going to be and I have my, my gabardines on, my dress pants and stuff, then there's going to be these. Okay. I got 2 pair. I got a white pair and a black pair.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then again, I got the OCs I have. I wear them at work, and I can go up and down the ladder, and like really, sometimes I get through the day and be like, damn, I ain't take my shoes off all day because I usually take my shoes off. I'm like, yeah, so they're that comfortable. So all 3 of them, the OC, the Hoka, and this 270. This 270 fills the role. So I think today I walked when we did the Juneteenth walk today. I did that in a pair of
270.
270s.
Okay.
And they cool. Like if I'm gonna go 2-3 miles, boom, you know what I mean? But if I'm really gonna dig in, I'm getting ready to go crazy, then I'll put the Hoka on.
What was that one sneak that you was real hype about? The Air Max joints. They done? You don't wear them no more? They was like black and gray. The expensive joints.
Oh yeah, I put them on the other day, man, and they're horrible. Like you remember that they had a spike bottom?
Yeah.
So it's like this look like it feel like you walking in cleats.
Okay.
You know what I mean? They had a great look,
Mm-hmm.
but at that time I wasn't even wearing
Wearing
sneakers at all.
for that,
like,
yeah.
You know, up until this walking thing, I wouldn't dare spend $100 on a pair of sneakers.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If I was going to get a sneaker, I was going to get a soft bottom Kohan.
Mm-hmm.
That's the closest I would get to a sneaker. Yeah. So yeah, man. I think we covered all the grounds. How often we gonna be doing this?
I think we're gonna give them 2 episodes a month, man.
Okay.
2 episodes a month.
Okay.
Just more content. You know, other things that we got going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like it would have been dope to put together some content from today. You know, we got a lot of stuff going on. And I feel like doing the because the channel is Joyride Denim TV.
Mm-hmm.
That's the channel that we pushing everything through. So I'm gonna start doing more fashion content, you know, and just make it cohesive. But this is season 2.
Season 2, episode 1.
Me and my OG podcast, man. We back.
We back. If there's anything that you guys want us to cover, you know, I like they have been waiting. There has been a whole lot of people that have been waiting for us to get back on here, right? And it's really fathers who have sons our age, like people who could really relate to our relationship and how we do things. You know, me and my son talk about that, like when y'all coming back.
Yeah, facts.
And so we wanna be there for that. So if there's some things you want to cover, that you guys want to cover, you can leave it in the comments. We'll take a stab at it. If it's something that we are personally uncomfortable with, then maybe we'll invite some folks on or whatever. Because we both, you know, we got professional things, or me, a lot of professional guidelines. So I'm only going to step so far.
Yeah.
Only going to step, because you're a teacher.
Yeah,
so
we
can't go do too much.
Yeah,
but we gonna do.
We definitely still gonna give it raw and uncut though.
Yeah, we're gonna.
You know what I mean? Curve it, make it, you know.
But we want to make it somewhat open to other people, so we want everybody to be able to listen to us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So, thank you all, man.
Yeah, we appreciate y'all, man. We happy to be back.
Yeah.
We've been talking about it for a little minute. We've been, you know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's definitely a good feeling to be back.
Word.
Yeah.
Word.
All
We'll
right,
do it
y'all.
again soon.
Peace.
Peace.